Alright, this is the Angle Relationships Quick Check Review for the advanced class, periods 1, 2, and 7. So if you are not in periods 1, 2, or 7, then please close the video and open the other one. Alright, name a pair of complementary angles. First off, pair means two. Complementary means two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So if you wrote CFE as one of your angles, that doesn't work because you can't add anything to CFE to make it equal 90. It already is 90. So instead, since this big angle is 90, what are the two angles that make it up? Angle 2 and angle 1 add together to make 90-degree angles. So angle 1 and angle 2. If you named them by their letters, angle CFD and DFE. Alright, those are your options there for number 1. So again, complementary angles must add up to equal 90, not already be 90. Number 2, which angle is vertical? Vertical means that they are angles that are opposite each other. So we have angle DFE. If we were to just continue this angle, like keep it going past the vertex, and draw this line past the vertex, notice the new angle that was formed. Notice it's kind of like, looks like they're wings. That is the vertical angle. You could have said angle 4. You could have called it angle BFA. You could have called it angle AFB. This is also the answer to number 5. What is another name for angle 4? BFA or AFB? Not what kind of angle is it, what's another name for it? Okay, number 3 says name a pair of supplementary angles. Pair, again, means two. Supplementary means the two angles add up to 180. There's quite a few here, all right? Let's start with CFB. So if you wrote CFB, its pair would be CFE, two 90-degree angles. So CFB and CFE work as a pair. All right? I'm only going to name a few. If I checked off your paper that you got it right, then you're good. Maybe you started here and you saw angle AFB or angle 4. So angle BFA. Okay? You can add that to here. Angle BFA and BFD, they add up to 180. Okay? Or maybe again, BFA, but I can go in the other direction. BFA and AFE. That's another possibility. Okay? I could have also said EFD and DFB. So there's another one there as well. So anything that combined together to make a straight line, it would be the pair of complementary angles. All right, adjacent means next to. So here's angle 3. Which angles are next to it? Some people told me BFD. Well, yes, it's true. It shares a side and a vertex. They're overlapping. It's not next to. So angles that are next to, you can have angle 2 or angle CFD if you want to call it by its letters. You have angle 4 or angle BFA. Or if you want to do it all fancy on me, look at this one right here. Angle 1 is not equal to it, but 2 and 1 combined to make angle CFE is another one. Okay? Alright, we already answered number 5. Number 6, if angle 1 is equal to 18 plus x and angle 4 is 42, what is the value of x? Alright, well first, before we can find that missing value, let's take a look at our visual and what's their relationship. Well, they're vertical angles. We answered that in question number 2. If they're vertical, that means that they are equal to each other. You have 3 types of relationships. They can add up to be 90, they can add up to be 180, or they can be equal to one another in value. That's all it comes down to. So because they're vertical, that means that angle 1 is equal to angle 4. So now you've got an equation to set up and solve. Subtract 18 from both sides, and you get x is 24. All right, number 7. If angle 2, which is right here, is 60 degrees, what's the measure of angle 1? Well, we can see that angle 1 plus angle 2 make up angle CFE, which is a 90-degree angle. It tells us it right there. So 60 plus what gives you 90? And so angle 1 equals 30 degrees. Okay, and number 8. We have angle 5 and we have angle 1. So let's take a look at those ones. There's angle 5. And here is angle 1. And look at that, they come together, they're next to each other, they come together to form a straight line. So straight line is supplementary, which means they add up to 180. Another way to look at it again, remember, it's a 90, a 180, or equal to relationship. They don't have the square, so it's not 90. This one is obtuse and this one's acute, so they can't be equal to each other. So it must be 180 relationship. So if they add up to 180, we have 7x plus 45 plus 2x equals 180 degrees. So I get combine my like terms, I get 9x plus 45 equals 180. Subtract 45 from both sides, I get 9x equals 135. And then divide both sides by 9, and I get x is equal to 15. Well, if x equals 15, this right here, m, it just means what's the measure of angle 1 in degrees. So if angle 1 is 2x, then that means, and x is 15, then it's 2 times 15, which is 30 degrees. And measure of angle 5, I can plug it in if I want to, but I already know that they add up to be 180. If angle 1 is 30, that means that this one is 150 because they add together to equal 180 degrees. So in recap, remember, whether or not you remember the vocabulary, please remember that they can either add up to equal 90, add up to equal 180, or they will be set equal to each other. Those are your 3 relationships.